So how do you feel that these two areas, the mind and the body, how do you feel that you can help bring these two corrections of the problem together?
They're all related. When clients come to see me, we deal with the physical, the chemical and the emotional component of whatever problem they're presenting with, because so often I've found that they're all related. The number of people who have come and seen me who have anxiety and stress problems as a result of poor nutrition, it's quite amazing. The number of people that walk in and say, I eat really healthily. What do you have for breakfast? I have fruit. Okay. The lack of protein in their diet means that they get a spike in the blood sugar, which then causes a big dump of insulin. The blood sugar level drops, and they tend to be struggling with a high blood sugar level, low blood sugar level, and it affects their mood and it affects the way they function. If you stay in that pattern long enough, you squirt enough adrenaline and you become fatigued, and you're more susceptible to fears, phobias and other things developing, particularly long-term anxiety. It's a really common problem. Changing someone's diet, often a simple thing as adding more protein for breakfast and adding 3 decent meals during the day that include protein and carbohydrate. It's amazing how often that clears up half the symptoms. It doesn't clear up all the automated behaviours. However, over time, well, that's the next step of the process. Get their chemistry right. Then give them some exercises and some techniques where they can then begin to change the way that they feel and function by perhaps reversing the direction of the feeling, shutting pitches down, opening new pitches up, changing their internal dialogue to something more pleasant, and giving them control over it. The third thing is structure. If you have got tension on your spinal cord due to poor structure, that is in itself is a stressful event. It inhibits your ability to function at your optimal level. So changing your structure to take pressure off your spinal cord, particularly pressure off the brainstem, so your coping and adaptive mechanisms are more flexible, is another big component. So when patients come to see, or clients come to see me, we really do take an overall view. And look, I realise there are lots of different techniques and lots of different ideas out there. And to go and find out what works and what works better, you know, I've built 22 chiropractic clinics in Scotland and Northern England in the last 15 years particularly. We have had a lot of experience. We've done a lot of research into what particular bodywork works the best. When I wanted to learn about how the brain functions and how to change people's behaviour, I didn't read a book or go to a few seminars. I spent 2 years as Richard Bandler's apprentice. We travelled all over the world. I spent 8 years working with him, going on workshops and really refining the skill. I went to the source. I went to the guy who created NLP, you know, someone who can get profound change more rapidly than anybody else I've ever met. So I can bring that technology to the table when I'm working with somebody. I can bring 18 years of body work as a chiropractor in understanding structure and function. I can bring that to as well. And diet, nutrition, I probably spent 15, 20 years working on diet and nutrition. In the end, I think it's actually really simple. Simple combination of balance of protein and carbohydrate at the right time of the day. Should you take a multivitamin? I think most people should. Can you get away with not taking them? Yes, I also think you can. However, how many people do you speak to that have a full, rich diet that gives them all the vitamins and minerals they need? I'd say it's very few. Now your body can compensate. It can make, it can use alternative systems when you are lacking in certain vitamins and nutrition. However, that's not optimum function, and that's what we're really on about. We want all the vitamins and minerals available that your body needs for optimum function.
So if it's as simple as you say it is, then why is nobody doing it?
I think it sounds simple now, but there is a saying that goes that there's not a lot of respect as such for simplicity this side of complexity. But for simplicity on the far side of complexity, when you've been through a very long, complex process to find something simple that works, that's when you've made it. That's when you've put together new ideas in a combination for new technology and to get change. It is very simple now. It's simple 18 years later. But it is simplicity on the far side of complexity, there's no doubt about it.